Thank you for coming. We're here to discuss Mrs Jones's situation and her sickness absence and possible return to work. Occupational health can advise on her health condition and the impact of that condition on her ability to work.
Okay. I noticed in your report, Doctor, that you mentioned an underlying medical condition. Now, obviously, from my point of view, it would be helpful if I could know the diagnosis. Can you tell me any more about it?
Okay. I can't give you any medical information due to medical confidentiality, but what we can discuss is the impact of that health condition on her performance, on her tasks in work, and we can discuss that in more detail.
Okay. You do also mention about disability provision within the Equalities Act. Now, personally, I don't really know what that means for me. Could you explain a wee bit more?
Yeah, certainly. There are a number of medical conditions that within the Equality Act could be considered as a disability. And if that's the situation, then the employer is required to consider reasonable adjustments to support that individual at work. Clearly, you need to look at service provision and how you can reasonably accommodate that individual. But as I say, you are required to look at those reasonable adjustments.
Okay, that's grand. Now, Mrs Jones has been off work for 6 months now, and over the last 2 or 3 years she's had some other episodes of significant illness and absence. But as a department, I'm finding it difficult now to provide cover for her absences, and it is beginning to have an impact on the other staff members. Are you able to talk any idea as to how long Ms Jones is going to be off work and indeed when she might return?
Yes, Mrs Jones has shown significant improvement in her condition over the last few weeks, and I am confident that she will be able to return to her full substantive duties. However, I anticipate that she's likely to need another 6 weeks at least before she does get to that point.
Okay.
By the nature of her condition, it is recurrent, but future exacerbations may not necessarily require her to be absent from work.
Okay, that's helpful, thank you. I also noticed in your report that you mentioned other work-related issues. Can you explain a little bit more about what you mean by that?
Sure. Mrs Jones did report that there was an interpersonal difficulty with one of her colleagues, and I would suggest that if that was looked into and addressed, that would have really a big impact on the prognosis of her successful return to work.
Okay. And will we gain any more information, or?
Well, what I suggest we can do is have a full case conference with Mrs Jones herself and also an HR representative, and I would suggest that that would be the best way to go forward from here.